Are you ready to take a first step to embrace the unknown and step out of your comfort zone? Welcome to Step Out, Step In, the podcast that inspires you to break free from your familiar to explore the extraordinary. Hello, this is your host, David J. Every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, join me as we dive headfirst into thrilling stories of personal growth, daring adventures, and transformative experiences. Get ready to be motivated, inspired, and empowered to live your life to the fullest. So mark your calendar, set your alarm, and get ready to step out, step in with me every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss out on the adventure of a lifetime. Subscribe now, and let's step into the unknown together. This is Step Out, Step In. The journey begins here. Step Out, Step In podcast, live on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Subscribe today. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you're watching from or where you might be watching the replay. I'm so excited tonight to come your way, and also thank you for allowing me into your homes, your cars, wherever you're watching from. And welcome again to this special episode 44 of my Step Out, Step In podcast. I'm your host, David J. And today I'll be reflecting on the past 1 year of this podcast. I mean, time flies, isn't it? And I'll be highlighting a few challenges and that I've faced during this time, and some exciting opportunities I've also encountered. You know, it is always good to tell the inside out of the story, just to encourage somebody that you can also do it. You can also make it. And, you know, just to dive into it, this is episode 44. And usually on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I come your way. But today being a special episode, I had to shift the time to 7 p.m. Of course, it was due to a little bit of scheduling conflict. So let's get into it. And just as you know, I'm a person of faith. And during the pandemic, I wrote a book titled Step Out, Step In. And I just want you to also do one thing real quick. Share the link with somebody. And again, thank you so much for tuning in. But if you can share the link with another person, let that person share the link with another person, and let's do this together. And tonight, I will be talking about 1 year of Step Out, Step In podcast, challenges and opportunities. 1 year of Step Out, Step In podcast, challenges and opportunities. You know, I said I wrote this book, and it's on Amazon. The last time I checked, they had slashed the price down, so you can get one for a friend. It's going to bless you as well as me. So let's do this together. We're all in this together. And as I said earlier, I'm a person of faith, and I wrote this book on based on a Bible story in Matthew chapter 14. Thank you again, Nana, for tuning in. In Matthew chapter 14, where Jesus asks his disciples to get on the boat and go to the other side after feeding the 5,000. Now, you and I, if you know the story, in the middle of the sea, they encountered a storm. And when they encountered the storm, there were 12 disciples in the boat. 12 disciples in the boat. And in the middle of the storm, and the Bible talks about in between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m., that was when they saw Jesus walking on the sea in that boisterous, stormy, raging waters. They all saw Jesus because he identified himself to them. Initially, in fact, when they first saw him, they thought he was a ghost. Thank you, Davida. Thank you so much for tuning in as well. They thought he was a ghost. And in the middle of the storm, in the middle of the sea, in a boat, where were they going to go? But Jesus had to identify himself with them. And he, when he identified himself with them, out of the 12, one of them decided to do something different from the other 11. And that was Peter. You know, Peter's profession had been a fisherman all his life. He's been around water, in water, on water. But he had never seen anybody walk on water until that night or that morning, early morning, when he saw his master, Jesus, walk on water. It was stormy. The sea was raging. It was boisterous. And all the 11 found themselves, or let me say all the 12 found themselves in a place of comfort. But Peter decided to do something different. He asked Jesus for an invitation and said, "If it is you, bid me to come." Jesus answered with one word, "Come." And out of that one word, Peter took it and he stepped out of the place of comfort into the sea that was raging, that was boisterous, that was stormy, and he started walking towards Jesus. Now, he decided to do something extraordinary. He decided to do something different from the other 11. He decided to step out of the place of comfort, because in the boat, it was a place of comfort. And he said, "I want to do what my master is doing. And the only way I can do that is to step out of this place and step in to where he is." That is how I got the title, Step Out, Step In, because he stepped out of the boat and he stepped into the waters that was raging. In fact, it was stormy. But because he trusted the word that Jesus gave him, that one word, he was able to step out of it. If you get a chance, just read the account in Matthew 14. And I based it on the verses 28 and 29. So tonight, the reason why I want to do this is I want to encourage somebody that you and I can always get out of the place of comfort. Because in a place of comfort, yes, there's security, yes, there's safety, but do you always get what you want? No, you don't. It keeps you there, but it takes you nowhere. So, in a few minutes, let me go through and let me talk about acknowledging some of the challenges that I faced. And I said I'm doing this just to encourage somebody that you can do it. Little did I know that this was going to go 1 year, 365 days. In fact, 365 days falls exactly tomorrow. And 365 days with 44 episodes, including today's. I took a break here and there, and there were times that I had to cancel due to scheduling conflicts. So let's go through a few of the challenges. And I'll say challenge number one that I faced was consistent content creation. In fact, because I based it on a book, the first 6 episodes was kind of easy because I took everything out of the book and I went through the first 6 where I talked about your why, your who, your what, your how, and your where, and your purpose. Everybody has a purpose. God created you and I on purpose, for his purpose, and on purpose. Nobody was created by mistake. Where I come from, sometimes growing up, they used to insult us that who born you by mistake, until I grew and I knew and I read the scriptures and I realized that nobody was born by mistake. Everyone on earth was born for a purpose, on purpose, with a purpose. But sometimes we get locked up in trying to find our purpose. If you're not able to identify your why you're here, why you're still alive till this date. If you're not able to identify your who you are. Now, who you are, sometimes you ask people, who are you? And they wanted to tell you about their profession. It's not about what you do, but who you are. And also to identify your what. Your how. And identify your what, your how will determine your where. And this all breaks it down to your purpose. So the first 6 episodes wasn't a struggle at all. But then keeping a regular release schedule, it can be demanding because I had fixed it at 6 p.m. on Mondays. And I had to really adjust my schedule to make sure that Monday, 6 p.m., I'm available to go live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And there were times when I struggled to find the right topic. I must be honest. After I was done with the first 6, there were times that I struggled to find the right topics. So the first challenge I faced was with consistent content creation. The second challenge was building an audience. It's been a year, and I'm not there yet. I haven't arrived, and I'm not there yet. Building an audience takes time. It's not an overnight thing, and I understand. There were times and days that you go on and you see people come up and they go off, they show up and they go off, and sometimes it's just just zero. But then I know that people will go back and watch it. So I wasn't really looking at if you look at the numbers, yes, you can get very discouraged, ladies and gentlemen. But it is about being consistent and keeping and to keep on keeping on. Did I say right? You have to keep on. Okay. Just be consistent and keep doing what you have purpose to do. I had to work on how to promote the podcast and connect with our target audience. When I first opened up the page, it was zero for quite a while. Now, when I started the podcast, it grew up to 39 and it stayed 39 dormant for quite a while until I think that was back in July. That is when I started seeing the numbers growing. And as I checked last night, we've grown to 2,254 thereabout subscriptions. And I want to thank everyone. I want to take this opportunity to thank everyone who has subscribed to this YouTube page. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But we're not there yet. So let's continue to share the content. Let's continue to like. Let's continue to comment. Comments. Give nice comments. Yeah, sometimes our comments are but comments that will help me grow, learn, grow, and grow this podcast to be a blessing to someone. So let's continue again. Share the content, like, and follow, and comment. So I've talked about the first challenge being consistent content creation. The second challenge was building an audience. The third challenge was with technical issues. You cannot trust technology 100%. When I first started, I had issues with audio quality. I had issues or hiccups with sometimes the video. I remember one time, I don't remember which episode it was, but in the middle of it, everything went off. Internet disconnected, and the whole thing shut down. There were times that the cameras would switch off in the middle of it. Just this evening, I saw one of the cameras just went in and out. And there are challenges we face in life. Some are inevitable. But you have to embrace it. You don't have to panic. I decided to do this live because I didn't want to record anything to make it look so perfect. No, I'm not looking for perfection. No. Not perfection, but when it comes to okay, just what I was talking about. We all saw it. All right, so as I said, I'm not looking for perfection. I am not looking for perfection. Because number one, I'm not perfect. I cannot be perfect. So that I don't expect this to be perfect. But when it comes to quality, yes. When it comes to making it better, yes. There are days and times that it's not going to go well, and that is fine. That is perfectly fine. Excellence, yes, I strive for that. You realize if you go back to the very beginning, if you look at the quality of the video and the audio, there's been some improvement. I'm still working towards it. And and despite all these challenges, it takes patience. There are days and times that I'll test everything, pre-production testing and everything. And the moment I go live, everything freezes. Nothing seems to be working right. And what do? You just have to have patience. And it also helps you to to have this problem solving skills and abilities. And despite the challenges, Step Out, Step In has had its share of opportunities as well. It's had its share of opportunities. And let me talk about a few of the opportunities. And I'll be right back. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in. And if this is your first time, please let me know. Thank you. Oh, my brother, Stephen Atta, thank you for tuning in. Oh, amen and amen. God bless you. Thank you so much. God bless you too for coming on. All right, so let's talk about the opportunities. The first opportunity is community building. Now, ever since I started this, I've had the privilege of connecting with an engaged and supportive audience who share my passion for personal growth, and exploration. I have a sister on it right now. She's in London, and she's been very supportive. And it's past midnight in London, but she's on tonight. I've been to places and people tell me I don't see them on it. I'm working towards getting to the place where I can see the audience even when they haven't left a comment, so I can acknowledge them. And people tell me that, oh, they see my podcast, it's encouraging. It really encourages me to do what I'm doing. And I'm not doing it for fame, but I want to do it just to encourage somebody. What I'm doing now is outside my comfort zone. If you know me very well, I'm a very shy person. I tell people that they kind of don't seem to believe it, but I am. I know myself, I know my skin. Being before a camera on a live event was never part of me. But then after writing the book, and I'd always wanted to start this podcast. I'd always wanted to do it. I started one and I'd always fix the date and I'll push it back and I'll push it back until I decided to stick to it. And I made the flyer. I posted the date for October 24th last year. I had some preview videos that went out before the main event, and that is how it all started. I had to break out of my comfort zone. And this opportunity of community building is really encouraging me to press on, to keep on, and to keep going forward. The second opportunity is learning and growing. This podcast has been a platform of continuous personal and professional development. I had some few topics which I talked about, leadership and all that. And I've been fortunate to learn from my listeners as well. Sometimes I receive comments and it helps me. It gives me the opportunity to research, find topics, learn, and it's helping me to grow. And I believe that it's going to help somebody to learn and grow as well. And I'm looking forward and I'm excited about the future of this podcast. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for the love, emojis, the thumbs up. Yeah, thank you for encouraging me. And I said, I'm looking forward. I'm so excited. about what the future holds for this. And I believe that we are all in this together. It is not about me, but it is about us. It is about us. Thank you, more grace. You know, and I plan to address our challenges by improving content planning, implementing better technical solutions, and continue to engage with our community. "365 days reflecting on this really gets me excited about what the future holds. I said earlier, it is not the best, but we are working towards it. Every day we're trying to improve it. We're making that attempt to improve the production, improve the quality of the videos, improve the quality of the sound. And I listened to a few when I first started. I can tell there has been some improvement. I haven't arrived. We're working on it. We're building a team on this. So just before I conclude, just give me a moment and I'll be right back. Again and again, thank you for tuning in to this episode 44, 365 days of Step Out, Step In. And I want to thank everyone for making this possible. I wouldn't have been able to achieve this, come this far without you. And thank you for all the encouraging messages that I received. In September, I had the opportunity to travel outside the country for my dad's funeral. And I met some people I had never met or seen. And they came up to me and said, "Oh, we've been seeing you on YouTube. We've been watching it. Keep doing it." Thank you. This is what motivates me. This is what encourages me to do what I'm doing. Has it been easy? No. Is it worth it? Yes. And again, thank you all for tuning in. And if you happen to watch the replay, thank you also. But just before I sign off, I just want to introduce my spiritual father, Dr. Frank Ofosu-Appiah. He hosts this Ambassador of Hope live on Tuesdays on YouTube and Facebook. YouTube is Frank Ofosu-Appiah, the official, and Facebook is the Ambassador of Hope page. Okay, just give me one moment. See. Okay. And on Tuesday, tomorrow, I like these captivating topics, cool heads. Please don't miss this. And I want you to do me a favor by sharing this on your social media handles, Facebook, Twitter. Oh, Twitter, they killed a bird. So now it's X, formerly Twitter. So just share this with your family, friends, frenemies, enemies. You never know. Cool heads. This captivating topic opens you up to a whole lot. I tell people all the time that these are teachings that people pay thousands of dollars to go listen to, and it's not even to the standard of what he teaches us for free, and he leaves it on his page for you to go back and watch, listen to, make notes, and use it. You know, my dad is such a generous father. Now, other people will hide it and keep it away from, but he lives there for you to use it to bless somebody else. So tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube. The Ambassador of Hope page on Facebook, the Franco Fosso Apiari official on YouTube. Please tune in. If you haven't subscribed to his YouTube page, please do so. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so that anytime something is posted, you will be notified and be part of the inner circle. You know, these teachings, I tell people that it's life-changing and destiny-shaping. And it will help you in every area and every aspect of your life, spiritual, personal, business, career, education, name it. So subscribe and let's meet tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, so that brings us to the end of this episode 44. This brings us to the end of this episode 44. I'm trying to... Okay. See that? This is what I was talking about, some of the chat. Okay. Try to position myself well. Okay. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope you can see me. Okay. All right. Always. And everyone who has been part of this journey for 365 days. Your support motivates me to overcome the challenges and seize opportunities. You know, I want to say this, that everyone has a unique gift, talent, and abilities. Maybe you're planning on doing something, but don't let fear get you stuck in your tracks. You know, one of the ways by which a parachute can be deployed is when you jump. It's when you jump. So I want to tell somebody that don't leave this world with all the unique gift qualities and talents and abilities on the inside of you still on recovery with you in as we journey through this year and in the coming years. Again and again and again, thank you for tuning in to the special episode 44, 365 days of Step Out, Step In podcast, live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I hope you're feeling inspired to step out of your comfort zone and explore the extraordinary in your own life. Join me at 6 p.m. That is a regular time. Today we had to shift it to 7 p.m. But join me at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next week, same time. Next week, not same time, but 6 p.m. as we continue the journey of breaking boundaries. Until we meet again, keep breaking free from the familiar. And remember, the extraordinary awaits. This is your host, David Joe. Goodbye, and I love you. There's nothing you can do about it.